It's like that damn freaking Matrix movie when they say, how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Well, how far do you want to go? I went right into the rabbit hole. I went so far into it that I realised it wasn't even a rabbit hole. It was a wombat hole. It's a lot bigger than what you think. It keeps going and going and going until you get to the centre of it. And the centre of the wombat hole is not a wombat hole. It's a NASA research centre. I tell you, I've been there. When you think about it rationally too, like how does an atom work in a round Earth model? It doesn't. It's quite simple. It totally makes sense from a flat Earth, doesn't it? If you just think about it for a moment. When you're running, it makes sense. You're running straight. You're not running in a curve. It doesn't get easier as you're running. If on a round Earth, eventually it'd get easier, wouldn't it? And the other thing is the telescopes. Like, they're just sending back footage that we're looking up at. They got little things in the sky to make us convinced that it's round. And you get all these astronomers and astrologers on the website going, oh, the 33 degrees and the it's a load of jargon. You can't even understand it. Just like you can't understand round Earth. Because how do you stand upside down?
It's the government. I'm telling you, it's the government. They just feed us lies, 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 just so we don't find out the truth and live the real lives we want to live. They tell us the things in the sky are satellites. They're not satellites. If they were satellites, how come I can't get reception out where I am? Because there are no satellites. Do we need an NBN broadband network? It should be happening already. If their so-called satellites work, so then for one thing they're not satellites, and I've seen them move. Not like satellites move up and down and across, and they're actually spying on us in spaceships that are government built. Some of them are government built from technology from aliens, that the aliens have told the military how to make these spaceships, and they're all to watch us, to whatever we're doing, they've got their eye on us.
And what's most people's real, like, deep inside why they believe the Earth's round? It's from Bugs Bunny. Remember that Bugs Bunny one? Threw the baseball and it come right back around, and that's convinced people that it's round. And that Columbus guy, who was he? He was a Christian. What are Christians after, huh? They're tied in with the Illuminati. Goes way back, way back, before the Illuminati was the Illuminati, and they were the Devantini. And that's where it started. The Devantini, they started it all, and that's where we're going. They've convinced us that it's round, so that we think that that's our home. But it's not our home, it's flat, just like a linear thought.
If there's a round Earth, why would they be doing chemtrails? How could you do a chemtrail on a round Earth? It'd just fly away. Or if the Earth's actually spinning, then all the chemtrails would just fall off into space. So the world actually isn't round, it's flat, and that's how they can get the chemtrails. And if it was round, how come the chemtrail lines, they don't go round. They don't go round, they go straight crisscrossing.
Now, people, please, can I just ask you to be rational for a moment? To think with your brain, not what they've taught you. Just use your own intuition. Let's do some experimental research to prove how stupid this round Earth is. This will just prove how ridiculous this round Earth concept is. I'm going to spin the line as the Earth's spinning. About that fast for a rotation, we'll call this 24-hour period. And the water, we'll put that in the ocean. Let's see what happens. Now, as you can see, before too long, all of the water has fallen down the sink. On the other hand, flat Earth. Well, we call it flat, but it's not exactly. I'll get into the sacred geometry of the shape soon. The earth shall rumble, and the words of truth are spoken. It's a different kind of evolution. Evolution of the spirit, the mind and the heart. Now, other people do touch upon a glimpse of reality, but I must warn you that I am the only true chosen child of the great Creator. And it is not a God like we learn to believe. The true God of us people is from planet Zaitianamana, and it is Lord Actaul.
So to think the world's round is just ridiculous. It's actually de-evolving. How far have we come as humans to actually, we don't know this basic thing about our planet. But the government, it's the government. But not even, it's beyond government. There's the Illuminati. And they're the same ones at the top of the pyramid that own everything.
Now first let me explain, I am a scientist, I am fully trained, I'm a graduate master diploma in geological flat observational theory science. Alright, now it's quite simple as you can see. E, energy. Add E, earth, times to the power of S, sanity, equals reality. All you round people are missing this crucial piece. Now, if I was to put a 2 there, 8 there, a little h there, you look at that and go, that's some complicated shit. That's just a made up theory. Here's a real one. Space plus people equals energy work times 4. If you can get the space of the people to believe that it's curvature, they don't mind running around in circles doing the same shit every day. If people knew it was flat, they wouldn't want to do that, would they? Instead, the real math of the physics of the Earth is flat Earth proven to the power of 7 to be not curvature, still equates for all of the mathematics simple.
And you know why I'm wearing sunglasses? I wear my sunglasses everywhere I tell you, because they can recognise you through your eyes. They can read your whole, everything about you, all your history, even your future. They know if you've lost a job before you do, but they can see through your eyes. My partner doesn't wear sunglasses, he doesn't like sunglasses, but he wears contact lenses, and that stops the eyes, but he's got a special type, specially made. He's normally got brown eyes.
So as I was saying before, I did a I did a ninja mission. I'd done it. I went on the journey to find out for myself, because I can't just believe what people say, whether they're saying it's round, it's flat. The only way to know is to go. But that's hard, because they're protecting this, man. They don't want this secret out there. They're probably coming now. There'll be a knock on the door any moment, I bet you. You won't even get to see this video, because it'll probably be taken down as soon as it's put up there, because they know that I've actually been there. So right, I did the expedition. I live here in Sydney, Australia. As I've recently discovered, this is the real shapes of all of the other countries. It's not even the shapes look at Australia. It's not the shape that we're taught. Africa, it's not even where we're taught where it is. But there's Africa and Europe. And of course, America's a lot bigger than what they say. It's big. Canada is only that big. So anyway, I left here. Now the quickest path for me to get to Antarctica would be here. But you can't do that, because of this little island that we call Tasmania. Now, what's Tasmania? It's nothing but an American military base. They have big satellites there. They're using invisible paints, invisible metals. You can't even see them, but they're big. They have like a 500 to 1,000 kilometre radius with their scanning abilities. The sole purpose of this is because they've told us all that all these oceans are really rough and the only way to get there is through here. But they want us to go that way if we're going to try and find the answers to this, so they can just bang, shoot you. So I had to go this way. I got on my kayak with my lovely partner and we kayaked all the way around here. It was a long journey, it was an epic journey. It was probably the first time it's ever been done by somebody who's not affiliated with the government or anything like that. We finally got there. And what did we see? The ice wall. If you can imagine that this is ice and this is the earth, that's what we had. Now luckily we took some ropes with us. We had to wrap ourselves in aluminium foil so it would reflect our infrared signal and nullify it to their scanners. And we had to crawl on the ice, up the wall with the ropes. We finally got to the top and then we had to escalate back down. It's very treacherous. It's hard to put pins into ice if you've ever done ice climbing, anybody, but we did it. We managed to do it. Now we finally got to the bottom. And as we turned this corner here, it got really bright. There was another sun here. Just like when you look up at a bright light, you can't see the lampshade. You can't see the earth above from down here, or the earth above the sun where we stand. The light shade, I call it. It's the light shade reality. You'll be hearing more about this concept coming soon on YouTube. There's a lot of people starting to talk about it now that I've discovered the light shade effect. Keep your eye on that. So what I do know is that underneath here is a big mechanical, like baked bean tin type of cylinder. And underneath there's cogs and there's cranks and there's pistons and there's firing, and to be honest, it's a really loud machine, but it doesn't sound like a purring Ferrari. It probably did once. So my theory is that originally the water, there wasn't meant to be waves. It wasn't meant to be. By the way, how do you get waves in a spinning earth? It would have to be going back and forth to get waves. Think about it. Like intuition, guys, scientific reasoning, process of elimination, you'll arrive at this reality. So what we found was this big machine thing under here. And what I think's happened is that over the last billion years or so, it's gotten a little bit unmechanically sound. It needs a service. And what's happening is that there's a bit of a shake. And that's how the waves come about. If you can imagine water being in here as it's getting shaked, what happens? You get ripples going back and forth. But beyond this, we're not curvature like that even. The reality is that we're more this shape. If you impose the earth onto this and the ice wall around it, you'll see it's much more like a lampshade. The earth is not round, it's not flat, it's an earth shade. And it's layered of many layers. Like Lord of the Rings mention and other spiritual paths, they mention about the 7 worlds. It's not just like, oh, there's 7 worlds. There's freaking 7 worlds, can't you see? Use your process of elimination, your scientific investigative skills, and you'll soon come to the conclusion as you eliminate all of the possibilities and reasoning and physics behind a round Earth to just go, it can't be. I advise you all to get some of these. They'll help protect you from the government. We're selling them for only $2,000, and we're soon going to be doing an expedition if anybody wants to come on the second round to the lampshade to see what it's like. It will be the first lampshade tour ever done. The tickets are very reasonably priced at only $25,000 each. So if anybody would like to actually come and finally have solid proof about the non-curvature reality of the Earth and be one of the first explorers, astronauts if you'd call it, into human reality.